Hey, Rose. We need to talk. It's quite important, actually, now that I think about it. So, I'm just wondering, who is your boyfriend? What does he do for a living?
What do you want to know about Javier?
Well, last week, I saw you both come out of this super fancy restaurant. I happened to be passing by the place, and I saw him and you together. He was wearing a fancy suit, and you in a flashy dress.
Oh, right. I know what you're talking about now. I think you're actually talking about our outing that we did last week. Actually, that particular restaurant is owned by one of Javier's friends. They invited us to a party to celebrate the opening of the restaurant.
Wow! So you got invited to a fancy restaurant like that? You're so lucky. So, your boyfriend knows the owner of that restaurant? It's already become a huge hit with people on social media. It's already gained a huge following. It's really famous and popular with a lot of people. It's already got 1 Michelin star, and it's so difficult to get a reservation. It's so busy.
Yes, it's really taken off. It was really fun to be invited to celebrate the opening of such a fancy restaurant like that. I never knew that Javier had friends like that in such high places. I will have to thank him for letting me come to the opening.
Well, rumor has it there were lots of celebrities that were invited to the opening of it. Sounded like such an amazing party. Even the daughters of some of the major companies in town were invited, along with politician daughters too. I've heard that a lot of amazing people were invited. I can't believe you got to go.
Indeed, you're right. The people around me were all people I've seen on TV. So I was super nervous when it came to mingling with all those famous people.
I see. What does your boyfriend do, though, if he knows those type of people? What does he do to get invited to that kind of party? Your boyfriend must be in a pretty high position in society, right? Like, an elite? Could it be that your boyfriend is a president of a major corporation or something?
No, of course not, Violet. He's no president of any company. Javier's just an ordinary office worker.
But that can't be right. There's no way a mere office worker could be invited to such a fancy party. Like, think about it. Why are you so determined to hide your boyfriend's identity from me, Rose? We're best friends. Are you really going to keep something like that from me? Please, tell me the truth.
But I am, Violet. I'm telling you nothing but the truth. I have no reason to lie to you. It seems like the owner and Javier have been friends since elementary school. We were invited because of the connection they have.
Wow, what? They've been friends for that long? That's amazing he's had a friend for that long amount of time. So Javier's definitely some amazing guy then, isn't he? Friends of successful people are also guaranteed to be successful themselves since they've got connections to so many people. Also, now that I think about it, you've also been doing well lately. After all, you've had a lot of influence from your rich CEO boyfriend.
Violet, what are you talking about?
Admit it, Rose. Don't you remember us two drinking together the other day? At that time, didn't you generously pay for the entire taxi fare? Plus, you paid for the drinks as well. I guess you got a lot of pocket money every month from your elite boyfriend. That's why you're so energetic and have been socializing a lot recently.
I only paid because you forgot to bring your wallet, Violet. So I had no choice but to pay for everything. Now that you mention all this, I still haven't got my money back for the drinks and the taxi fare. All you did was order super expensive alcohol, so even if we were to have split the bill, it would have been about $200 per person. I didn't mean to purchase that much alcohol, especially at the price that it was at. So if you could please give me what you owe, that would be great.
You don't need to have a go at me if you're the one who's acting like this over a bit of money. You're the one with the big boss boyfriend, and I'm sure he can treat you to some of his money to pay for it all. That's why I don't need to pay you anything.
And what is the meaning of this, Violet? That makes no sense as we're the ones who went out and you didn't pay your fair share.
Even so, I didn't know you had a boyfriend who was winning at life. He should be able to give you whatever you want, including lots of money. I'm actually so envious of you. Almost to the point that I want to take Javier away from you and keep him all to myself.
Are you being serious right now, Violet?
What? Of course not. It's just a joke. Rose. Well, I think that we should go out drinking again. At your expense again. You should share the financial power of your elite boyfriend with your friends. Especially me. Am I right?
Rose, we need to talk. You need to break up right now. I have someone that I want to marry.
What? What are you talking about? Isn't the person you want to marry me? Since I'm your girlfriend, right?
I hate to break it to you, Rose, but you're not my girlfriend anymore. I no longer have any interest in being with you. Sorry.
What the heck is going on here? Is this some kind of sick joke?
The only person I'm in love with right now is Violet. It's already been decided that we're going to get married to each other.
Are you for real, Javier? Now hold up just a minute. Just slow down, please. Don't make such hasty decisions. You're not seriously talking about my friend Violet, are you?
And yes, your friend Violet, yes. Actually, we've been dating for almost a month now. And then just over that time we spent together, I fell in love with her. If I were to get married, I would rather get married to Violet than you, to be honest.
This can't be happening right now. No. What the heck is all this? So while you've been going out with me, you've been having an affair with a close friend of mine? And now you want to go ahead with it and marry Violet? You're just going to throw me away like trash? Just like that? Like I'm nothing?
I just feel so much more comfortable when I'm around Violet. She's just really kind and pampers me a lot. She even listens to me when I complain about my job.
I listen to your complaints too. You listen to mine as well. I do so many things, Javier.
What are you even talking about? You've got a way better career and earn a way higher salary than me. You're way more successful. You don't have any reasons to complain about your job when you earn so much money already. So stop making fun of me.
What? I'm not even doing that at all.
I bet you were making fun of me on the inside. Even though we work at the same company, the gap between me and you is widening. You're making fun of me because I never got promoted and my salary is much lower than yours. I already hate you for that.
Okay, Javier, you really need to calm down. I would never make fun of you. I'm not that sort of person to make a mockery of people. Okay, yes, I got promoted faster than you did, but when you think about it, our work and private lives are very different. I genuinely like you a lot, Javier. Why are you being like this? I haven't done anything.
Too bad, Rose. I already don't like you anymore. I don't hold any good feelings for you anymore. A woman who earns more money than her boyfriend is rather annoying. I hate it so much.
That makes no sense. What I earn shouldn't be a factor in our relationship.
A woman must stand by her man and be inferior. That's why I want to break up with you and marry my sweet Violet. Besides, who would want to marry an unattractive woman like you?
How dare you do this to me, Violet? How could you? Why would you go and take Javier away from me for? I can't believe the two of you were dating behind my back. Cheating with your best friend's boyfriend is so cruel. How could you do this?
Even though you asked me why I did it, I was still able to take him away from you. I only stole Javier away because I was jealous of his existence and him being with you. There's no other reason to it. I just wanted to take him away from your grasp.
What? You're jealous of Javier? I don't understand. Why?
It's crazy that you, my best friend, has a boyfriend who is a company president. I recently got dumped by my last boyfriend. Plus, I got fired from my job, and life's tough. I couldn't tolerate you being the only one who wins at life. It's not fair.
Are you kidding me, Violet? Did these things really happen to you?
Of course it did. Just because I was absent without permission from work, it got me fired somehow. My boyfriend also abandoned me straight away when he found out, and everything has been terrible lately. But you, my best friend, is the only one who's doing well at work, and your boyfriend is also a company president. You're both so sneaky and think you're better than everyone else.
It's impossible to just take someone's boyfriend when that is your only reason.
Since you're my best friend, it would be nice if you could share a little bit of your happiness with me. I'm sure you've had a lovely time with Javier. Now it's my turn. What's so wrong with taking him away from you?
It's not good at all, Violet. Are you crazy? No matter the circumstances, it's not a good reason to take a friend's boyfriend. And because of what you've done, this is the end of our friendship. I'm fine with that if you are.
I don't really care what you do. I've got what I wanted. Just a story of a best friend who used to have an elite boyfriend, and now I do. I've decided that my boyfriend is more important to me than you are.
Are you serious? Even though you've done wrong, you were going to ditch me anyway?
I no longer need you as a best friend anymore, Rose. If you can't forget me for taking Javier away from you, then that's fine by me. As long as I have Javier, who has a lot of money and is a boss, then that's all I need in life.
But that's not even true.
And on top of that, he wants to go ahead and marry me. Isn't that great? Oh, this coming weekend, we're actually going to go and view a wedding venue. When a man finds a girl he really likes, I guess he acts quickly. Didn't you both date each other for like 5 years? You never even talked about marriage, did you?
I guess that's right. Even when I brought up the topic of marriage, Javier just tried to change the conversation. But the conversation with you progressed so quickly, it's hard to believe.
I want to get married really soon and become a company president's wife. Then I could go to the beauty salon every day and do as much shopping as I wanted. In the evening, we can go to celebrity parties. I can wear a beautiful dress and hang out with the rich and famous every day.
Huh? You really think you're going to be able to do those things with Javier?
And then I can come home to a beautiful and big luxury apartment. Tipsy, of course. After the party, the two of us can enjoy the night view looking over the city while opening a bottle of expensive wine. What a life I'll have. The view from my own luxury apartment will be wonderful.
Okay, you need to hold on a minute, Violet. Do you really think you'll be able to spend your days with Javier in luxury?
What are you on about? What kind of question is that? He's a company president, so he's obviously quite rich. If I marry a man like Javier, I'm sure I'll be able to enjoy a luxurious life. So I'll find a luxury apartment for him to buy. One room could cost around $100,000, but I'm sure he can't afford it.
You've got to be joking, Violet.
Of course not. I can't wait to get married to a company president. When I become his wife, I'll live in an apartment that's so expensive and flash and indulge in luxury.
Well, I guess I made such a big mistake of getting a rundown apartment.
What do you mean? I don't get it.
Well, instead of living in luxury, every day I've been able to save a lot of money. Whereas you've just been fired from your job, and you know Javier's pay is only about $1,400 a month. From there, you'll have to pay for the rent, utilities, and of course the phone bill, since it'll be used a lot. Wow, you might be living off bean sprouts for a long time.
Wait, what? Just hang on a second. Why are you saying this all of a sudden? Javier is a company manager, right? There's no way that his income is only that much money a month, right? It's a joke, no?
I've told you many times that he's not a president of any company. Javier is just a regular office worker that earns pennies. Actually, we work at the same company together. To be honest, I'm way more successful than him and earn a lot more money than him too.
You've got to be kidding me, right? Are you trying to get back at me for what I did or something?
On the contrary, my dear Violet, Javier has been making a lot of mistakes at work lately. It's not looking good, to be honest with you. In the end, he was given a pay cut. That's why he's only been earning pennies. His paycheck by the end of the month is sometimes only $1,400. That's why I've been the one paying for all the dates we've been on. He wasn't able to afford anything when we went out. After all that, it came down to me paying for all the rent and other expenses, not him. He's not wealthy in the slightest.
Are you for real? Is this really true? He isn't well off at all? It was all a lie?
Do you even want to marry such a man and indulge in beauty treatments every day, when in reality you couldn't afford it? Do you still want to buy anything you want? Do you want to buy a high-end luxury apartment that costs a ridiculous amount of money? Well, I don't think anything like that will ever come true if you don't got a man who earns enough money. On top of all that, if you can't pay the rent, then maybe you should move into an old and rundown apartment to get cheap rent.
No! This can't be happening to me right now. All the things you're saying is a lie. He wouldn't do this to me. Just because you feel bad about me robbing Javier from you, it doesn't mean you get to say stupid things like that to make me back out of being with him. Javier is well acquainted with the owner of a high-end restaurant, so of course he's an elite man. I thought he said they were just friends, but I'm sure he's just as successful as all the other guests that were invited to that party. As proof of that, he was wearing an extremely expensive suit that day. I saw it all with my very own eyes. What you're saying can't be real.
Violet, that suit was a rental. It's not something that Javier owns.
What do you mean? He was wearing a rental suit to that party?
I told him the suit that he had would be enough for the party. However, he wanted to look good in front of all my friends, so he went to a shop and rented a suit for the night. It was a high-end suit, so it cost hundreds of dollars just to rent it. It's a shame because he wasted his income on it, and now with his pay cut, he's worse off.
You've got to be pulling my leg, right? Is this for real? That designer brand suit he was wearing was just a rental? It wasn't his own suit?
How many times do I have to explain this to you, Violet? He's just an ordinary office worker. There's nothing special about his job. He's not a big shot company boss. But you didn't even listen to me at all, Violet. What you do now, that's all on you, not me. You need to live with the consequences of what you thought someone was. I hope you have a happy marriage with Javier. May you and him be happy and be in love forever.
No! This can't happen to me. I'm not going to let this become my future. No way. If he's not the company president, then the marriage will never work out. I can't do this impossible thing. I'm going to break up with Javier.
Excuse me? But what's with the sudden change of heart? Don't you love him for the way he is?
I thought that he was a big shot company president, so that's why I stole him from you. If he's not, then what's the point in keeping him around? I don't want to be anywhere near him. I thought this was going to be my big turnaround in life, and I would be rich and successful. But I never expected that he was just an ordinary office worker. How is that possible? And with all that, I lost to you, even though I was way better than you at things. And now I get a pay cut and have no job? There's no way I can marry that kind of man and be happy about it. If he earns pennies, how am I supposed to live and buy things that I want? It's not fair!
I don't relate to anything you're saying, Violet. What do you want me to understand? Maybe you should use this opportunity of getting married and actually putting some effort into working on yourself. Maybe you might climb up the ladder and get promoted at work and become successful. Have you thought about that? I don't want anything to do with a so-called friend who steals men away.
I can't wait for that to happen. It would take so long to do that. I want success now. I want to become a company president's wife and live a luxurious life. If I can't do that, then I'm going to break up with him. I'll give him back to you. You can have Javier.
Do you know I feel so bad for you, Rose? We finally got married. I just submitted my marriage papers with Violet. I'm now officially her husband. Maybe you have some regrets, but please give up on your chance of getting back with me.
As long as you don't have any regrets, then I'm not worried. Are you sure everything is okay with the marriage paper submission? I swear Violet said something last night that she was going to break up with you.
What? She was going to break up with me? What makes you say that?
It seems like Violet thought that you were the company president for a while. But when she found out the truth about you, she said that she was going to break up with you. She said that if you're not a company president, then she can't be with you.
Are you being serious right now? What the heck is this? But I thought we loved each other. She said that she was madly in love with me and that she wants to marry me. So I got a marriage registration form and we started dating each other straight away. That's why I abandoned you and went off with Violet.
Look, I don't care if you stay married or break up. I don't want anything to do with either of you. You've both played me for a fool and I'm not having it anymore. Goodbye, and never contact me again. After that, Violet and Javier hurriedly looked for new jobs. It seems that they managed to register for a work dispatch. The two of them moved into a rundown apartment together. As I expected, they lived on bean sprouts as their staple food. However, Violet was boasting to all of her friends, saying that she was going to marry a company president, and everyone wanted to be invited to the wedding. She should have told the truth instead of deceiving people. She was then characterized as the vulgar woman by everyone around her. Javier posted on social media recently that he's having champagne whilst having a meeting. In reality, they're living off pennies and trying to survive each day. The social media posts are just something he wished he had.